Happy birthday, Eliela.
Hello. Hello, hello. Thank you for the birthday wishes, guys. It's good to see you. Hi. Hello. Ow. What the fuck? Thank you. Thank you. She's here. People leave. That's crazy, dude. You know what? Fuck you. Hello, Fuzzy. Hello, Jade. Hello, Forsaken. Hello, Amon. Goodbye, Amon. Hello, Silfu. Hello, Nibby.
Drink water, you dehydrated.
Hello, hello. Hello, Yumi. I will drink. Hold on. I need it. Hello, Yumi and Greasy, even though he can't hear me. Hello, Fish. Hello. Hello, Teddy. How are you guys? Hello, how are you? Wait, who got first? Fuzzy got first. Speed. Fuzzy is speed. Hi, Zark. Hi, hi. Happy birthday, old lady is crazy.
Cheese.
Cheese. How are you? Eating cake? No cake for me today. But I'm okay. I'm kind of dying, but what's new in my case, right? But yeah, I'm okay. Nice balls, Jade. The yogurt meal affirmations is insane. What are you talking about? Happy 50th birthday. Thank you. I linked it. I'll check it in a little bit. I'll check it after stream. I didn't really look. Oh. I didn't have time to look at Discord. Have you seen my max PP? Hold on, did you get max PP? Where's your penis? There! Holy shit. Nice. Very nice. Always ignored she hates us. That's not true. I don't hate you guys. I only hate you, Amon. That's very different. Nice penis. 56 centimeters. Nice. And no dying on your birthday? Why not? It would be kind of ironic, wouldn't it? It would be kind of funny. Yeah, that's... Oh. Thank you for head pet. Yeah, that's what happens when you get older. You start to die more. Man, you're right. That's literally science and biology. Fish has a 23 centimeter PP. Ellie has 47. Elle, don't have crazy dreams like I did yesterday. Dude, I had a crazy dream last night. And it's only because of fucking Final Fantasy. Oh, like, I don't even... Damn, Yumi. Damn, Yumi, not even on my birthday you can get double digits. That's crazy. That's crazy. You grew, but like, you're still very small. What is larger, Yumi or her PP? I think they're both the same height. Both are like 4 centimeters tall in real life. 3 away from the 1 centimeter club, Yumi. You know you want to join. True, true. Stella Valentine, thank you. Hello, hello.
What the dog doing?
Thank you for the follow as well. Foxy, thank you. My Oshis are here. All of my Oshis are here. That's crazy. Wait, I have a birthday. Jeffrey, is it your birthday as well?
What the dog doing?
Happy birthday, Jeffrey. Thank you for the follow. It is. Oh my god, let's go. It's my birthday twin is here, guys. Wish Jeffrey a happy birthday as well. That's so cool. I love meeting birthday twins. My Kami Oshi is getting old. Why did you have to capitalize old like that? I have never found a birthday twin. Now you do. Now we're birthday twins forever. But happy birthday. Damn. Guys, I have nothing to yap about, actually. Actually, I do have something to yap about, but I guess I could talk about that now. I guess. What are we doing today, birthday girl? I don't know, man. I like, honestly, I'm like, I feel like I'm on the verge of like getting really sick, so I don't even know if I feel like playing Poop Killer today like we originally planned. Maybe we do play a little bit of Poop Killer, but I'm not sure if I can handle it. Classic Ellie sick. Yeah, you know how it is. I'm always sick. Hi, Singer. Hello. I have work later. I want to stay home and stay in the stream. Don't worry, Fuzzy. I will not be streaming long. I also won't be streaming long because my mom wants to come over and spend some time with me. So well, today will not be like a super long stream, but I'll make up for it next week. Yeah, we have some stuff to do next week. Maybe even tomorrow. Actually, I kind of want to play. I've had the urge to play V Rising again, so I'm like, maybe I want to play some V Rising tomorrow on stream. I'm not sure if Foxy's like server is up, but I feel like I could just also start a single player campaign. Yeah, I don't mind like I don't mind actually like starting like my own single player stuff. Not anymore right now. Yeah, I figured. Don't be old, Ellie. Now we can't go on a hiking trip anymore because your back and knees will hurt. Well, Foxy, if we go on a hiking trip, you just gotta carry me. I mean, you're so young and strong, right? You're such a young person and strong. You could easily carry an old hag like me. Foxy's always out of the monies. Yeah. I mean, that's something Foxy and I have in common. That definitely is. What about Terrors to Unveil? Oh, is that the name of that game? That was free? Hold on, let me check again. Yeah, no, I want to play that some other time. But I am very excited for that one. I just don't know in general if I can play a game today without starting to feel a bit woozy, you know what I mean? Backroom movie? Backroom movie, yeah. Backrooms movie is coming out on the 28th this month, right? Oh, did you hear that Austria and Germany are getting the Backrooms movie between 1 and 3? Wait, why are we getting it later? What do you mean? Oh, I need to see. Yeah, like the director is the guy. Is Kane Pixels, the one who made like that super famous Backrooms series on YouTube. Like he is the producer of the Backrooms movie, like the official movie. He teamed up with A24, I think is the company called, and they made a whole Backrooms movie, and everyone is so fucking excited. Because apparently it ties into oh
Ellie,
Floresta.
happy birthday.
Thank you. It ties into Kane Pixel's story, like the movie we're getting. So I am super excited. I am so excited. You know how much of a Backrooms nut I am. Floresta, how are you? I'm super excited for the Bloodborne movie that Jacksepticeye is getting to produce. All right, he's also doing something like that. Oh man, there's a lot of good stuff happening. But I'm kind of sad we're getting the movie a bit later than everyone else. Kind of unfair. Does that mean we just have to be like super diligent with dodging spoilers now? Man. Oh well. Are Germany gonna adopt the background? Oh, I hope not. I hope I can actually watch it in English. And not in German. I don't want to watch it in German. Dude is a massive Bloodborne nerd. I trust him to do justice. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay, guys. I have something cool to show you guys. Do you want to see? It's been a while since I've... Oh, hi, Tazok. Hello. Hi. How are you doing? Hello, BFM. Hello. Welcome in, everyone. Show the cool? Okay, hold on. Oh, Fish gets it the 29th. I'm so jealous. Hallo, willkommen in den Hintergrund. I cannot, bro. I fucking hate that. Anyways, yeah, I'll show you guys the cool stuff. Let me see, where the fuck did I put it? Where did I put it? Hold on. Oh, there it... Wow, I'm dyslexic, holy shit. Okay. Wait, can... Yeah, it's visible, okay. Guess who has March now? Look at that. Doesn't that look fucking sick? Ellie merch? Yeah, I was talked into it. Bro, I don't have money, neither do I, but I think it's still pretty cool that we actually have merch now. Yeah. And look at the cool artwork it has. Wait, actually, hold on. Let me give you guys the link. I should probably do that. So, oh, I don't have the link. Hold on. Wow, I'm super unprepared. Holy shit. Give me a second. There we go. Okay. Sorry. I'm so still very scatterbrained. There you go. We have merch now. We have hoodies and crew necks and t-shirts, sweatpants, and like some other goodies like Max and mouse pads. I really like the wireless phone charger. I want the wireless phone charger very badly. But I also I just love the artwork so much. It's so cool, man. Foxy, don't go into depth. I've been instructed to say something nice, so here goes. Something nice. Thank you, Dungeon. That is very nice of you. Correction, you had merch. I bought it all. That's crazy. So I do want to say...
What the dog doing?
Hello, Trey. Hello, hello. Hold on. I feel like I'm talking to a wall when this is covering my face. Let me put this over here. Hi, Trey. Thank you for the follow. Okay. I want to say something about this, though. I am very sorry for my European viewers. It is Uvo Market, which means the warehouse is in the US, which means that you may or may not get hit with really stupid import taxes if you get some merch. It's like a hit or miss. Most of the time it's a hit or miss with Uvo Market. I wanted to like make merch for I wanted to make a separate merch line for you know, for like one European warehouse. However, guess who got ghosted by another fucking artist again? Twice. Dude, I was crashing out so fucking hard, dude. I was like, Ken, please, can something just go right for once? Like, I'm not gonna go on a whole rant about unprofessional artists, but I had to deal with a lot of bullshit these past few months. Good fucking god. Uvo Market is so nice to work with in comparison, so I'm still very glad that I can show you guys the Uvo Market merch. Though I am very sorry for my European viewers and friends and stuff. If you want to get merch, unfortunately, we're gonna have to deal with some import tax. I do too. I am have to deal with import taxes too, but this is what we're getting now. So this is what we're gonna be happy with for a little while now. I can't do it, man. I can't put my trust in another artist just to get fucked over again. Hello, Jay. Hello. Cool, Kermit. Thank you, Trey. I love Kermit very much. Artists unprofessional? No, never. No, like that would never happen, right? It would never happen. Ellie, I want one of everything. Me too. I want everything, actually. But I'm like extremely excited for the phone charger, the wireless phone charger, because I think that's very cool. Moraine, hello. Happy actual birthday. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. If you want to order some yourself, let me know before. I got an idea which you might like. I can't discuss it on... Okay, yeah, we can talk about it. I am trying to follow, but it's not...
What the dog doing?
It is working now, Jay. Thank you very much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. It's good to see you. I know that Twitch is a little bit weird with their buttons sometimes.
What the dog doing?
Very weird. Very weird. Hello, J Rose. Hello. Hello, hello. Oh god, hold on. Ugh. Everything is crashing, dude. Hello, Jasper. Hi. It's good to see you. Thank you for the follow. If I had $1 every time I heard an artist... fucking hell, I cannot fucking read today. If I had $1 every time I heard about an artist being horrible at their job, I would be able to order over 10 of your hoodies. Honestly, same. I feel like we're in the same boat. So yeah, yeah. It was a pain, but I'm still happy that we still have at least some art we can look at. Also, the art is really fucking cool. Like, I love the artwork on it.
Get some help.
Why am I being sprayed? Hello? Hello? What did I do? Jasper wanted to see it. Teehee. Teehee. I can get the keychain for 76p with a one-time discount, but the protection shipping won't go away. It's optional too. You can remove the protection shipping. You can check out. Oh, that's crazy. That's rude. That's crazy. You can check out without protection. I'm pretty sure you can. I've done it before. Hello, Siler. Hi. Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. So yeah, also I want to say thank you for everyone who wrote on the Kudo board. Greasy gave it to me when midnight hit. Like, he gave it to me on exactly midnight. And I sat there for like an hour just alone in my fucking computer chair, just crying my eyes out over it. I just want you guys to know how pathetic I was at fucking midnight last night. It was very emotional, but thank you very much for the kind messages. It was very nice. Thank you, thank you. Bruh, TTS Redeem let me down. What did TTS Redeem do? Did it not work? But yeah, thank you. Thank you for all of the kind messages. I appreciate it. Also, I'm so gonna get bonked for this. He gave it to you at midnight. Sorg, you're gonna get bonked anyways, because what the fuck was that artwork? Why did you draw me as a furry? It didn't work. I am not surprised. Everything is breaking. Why did you draw me as a fucking furry? Like, what? It's a lore accurate cow. Yeah, sure, but like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That picture will haunt me forever. You can get the XL mousepad with RGB. You can? Wait, you can get it with RGB? Not even I knew that. I hope you could identify mine. Of course, Teddy, of course. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, you are a cow, true. But that's still crazy. Are you not a furry with your ears and horns? Jasper, that's insane. I'm not a furry. What the hell? Jasper, that means your wife is a furry too. You know that, right? That's crazy. That's crazy. Holy fuck, that looks so good, right? I love it. Furry Ellie, the next star in the upcoming proximity chat video. Dude, if I was ever like starring in a proximity chat video, I made it. Like I'm already in the wait. I'm just saying, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, that's crazy. Really, that was your first message? It's about to be the only message. I'm gonna ban you. What the hell? But yeah, being in a proximity chat video is the dream, dude. That would be so funny. I'm already on his walls of victims. Like, he has like a museum in VR chat. I am on the wall of victims. My greatest achievements ever. But I want to be in a video. Let's get you in VR and make it happen. It would be really funny. Or are those the supporters? Yeah. I mean, it's the supporters and like people that also, I think commented on videos and stuff. Hold on, let me mute my phone. Ellie, would you honestly expect anything less of me? No, I wouldn't. You're right, Jasper. That's why I appreciate you. At least I know what to expect. I thought so already. I was like, no way he had this many people in his videos. Nah. There's like 2 separate walls of victims. The big, like the 2 separate big walls are the supporter ones. And then I think the ones at the entrance are the people that are actually in the videos. I think that's how it was last time. I don't know the layout of the new museum too well yet. But yeah, I do have a cat mode, Moraine. Yes, I do have cat ears. Cause they are pretty cute. The cat ears are pretty cute. I couldn't say no to them. So sometimes we are a cat. Ugh. Hi Einstein, talking about cats. My cat is here. Can't say no to cats either. Yeah, same. Same. Delivery cat Nibby is working hard and I appreciate it. Guess I'll go in VR later to check the museum. Yeah, I wanna look at it again at some point. But like very soon, TM. I want to see the new additions. Also, he has like a wall with fan art now, and the fan art is so cute. I love the fan art of it. Einstein, did you literally just fart into my direction? Oh, I can smell it. Why did you do that? God damn it, bro. Ugh. Great. Great. Why are his farts always so fucking diabolical? Stop sniffing your cat's farts. I'm breathing. I need air to breathe. What are you talking about? It's not my fault he's farting into my direction. Also, hi senpai. Hello. Thank you for the 5 stream streak. Moon does that shit all the time when she's making biscuits on me. I swear they do it on purpose. They want you to smell their farts. And almost die doing it. But yeah, that's the announcement I was talking about. We have March now. We do. I'm sorry about the import taxes. They're like the possible import taxes. But yeah, I crashed out over it a lot, trying to make it work for like everyone. But unfortunately, nothing was really on my side. So, you know, it's just Uvo market for now. But I'll try to look for alternatives eventually when I have the willpower again. We have March now, senpai. Yeah, look, we have March now. Oh wait, oh Yumi already pinned the message. Thank you, Yumi. Thank you. Also, hi Battle Bro. Happy birthday. Hope you have an amazing day and hope you stay as goated as ever. Love you. Thank you, Battle Bro. Thank you. I love you too. She said after dropping March with the biggest in the industry. Such a... No, like I didn't mean it. Like Uber Market is amazing. I was like so. I was already like crashing out when they even like reached out to someone like me for making March. But you know, I know that financially speaking, it's really fucking hard on everyone. So I wanted to see if I could like at least for people that really want March, I wanted to see if I could like lessen the burden and maybe get like a European provider, but it's just not possible. Not with my luck, apparently. Sully, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's good to see you, Sully. I hope you're well. But yeah, yeah. I'm still very excited. Working with Uber Market was like such a refreshing experience, considering everything else that I have to go through with artists these days. And like the artwork is just absolutely fucking amazing. I cannot stop looking at the artwork. It's perfect. Like it's all I've ever wanted. Retro, hi! Hello, hello! Thank you for the birthday wishes. It feels good, it feels so good. It feels so fucking good. It's amazing. Honestly, it's just such a breath of fresh air when it comes to working with people in this industry. Yeah, but yeah, this might be the first March I'll ever get. Oh, Fuzzy, that would be so nice. That would be so cool. I hope some people are gonna be able to get something at least. Jeez. But yeah, I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys enjoy it. That March artworks looks amazing, right? I cannot stop looking at it. It's so pretty. The artist that worked on it is honestly just amazing. It's made by in-company artists from Uber Market themselves, and it's just they're so talented. I cannot stress this enough. Like I gave them such a vague idea of what I wanted, like style-wise and stuff, and they just came up with something this amazing. It was great, and you have no idea how much willpower it took me to not show off the artwork for so long. I've had this artwork for so long and I couldn't share it with anyone because I wanted to be a surprise for everyone. But the struggle when you can't show something that you love so much and you can't share it with anyone. It's insane. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. So what's for next year? A booth at Dokumi? Now that you have March? Honestly, I kind of miss going to Dokumi. That was my first. That was actually my first convention I ever went to. Like my first anime convention when I was like 15. And I miss it. Like I went to it like every other year afterwards as well. And it was amazing. Just at some point I had to stop because it got too costly. What's Dokomi? Dokomi is one of the biggest anime conventions in Germany. And it's amazing. It's very cool. I feel like it also gets bigger like every year it happens because there's many more eyes on it like every year. It's very cool. My first con was a small one in Nuremberg. The small ones have their own charm. I love the small anime conventions and like, you know, small towns and stuff. I love those too. I think it's the biggest anime convention in Germany, if not EU. I'm not sure if it is EU, so I said Germany for now, but it might actually be the biggest one in Europe as well. It might be, but I'm not sure about that fact. I'm not sure about that one. But yeah. Also, There is... Okay, so I got a lot of art on the Kudo board from people. I forgot to save some of them though, so I'm gonna show those off next time. But there is one artwork I want to show you guys. There is one artwork I want to show you guys that Alpha made me. What is this? Okay, hold on. I don't need this right now. And it includes some very special people. It includes people that all of you guys know. I just made a whoopsie. Hold on. Hold on. Let me move this a bit down here, just for now. Look, guys, it's the mod team. Look how cute it is. Isn't it fucking cute, dude? It's the mod team. It's Yumi and Ellie and Nibby and Alpha. That is so cute. My hacking cuties, right? It's so peak. Though I gotta say they made Yumi too tall. They drew her too tall, but that's okay. But I love it so much. That's another artwork I just keep staring at. I need to use this as my PC wallpaper, dude. It's so cute. Yeah. I'm using it as a wallpaper right now. I just can't stop looking at it. Did Alpha share it with you guys as well? Like the mods? Did Alpha share it with you? Like the finished thing? Or do you need me to send it to you? Yeah? Okay, he did. Okay, good. Whoopsie, how can someone so dark in theme be so cute? Man, this is so good. That gave me like another reason to cry yesterday. It would have been funny if you could barely see her eyes peeking up from the bottom, right? That would have been so funny. But canonically, I guess she's just on a step stool. Can I make this my background? Hold on, I want to make it my background for the stream today. Let's make it a background. Why not? What is stopping me? Actually, maybe I shouldn't. I'm not sure. I probably don't have commercial rights, so maybe not. Maybe not. I don't want to risk it. Let's put it back. Let me put this up here. I'm still trying to figure out where my other arm is going. Am I stealing doctor tools? You probably are. You're a thief. Tears of joy, I hope. Yeah. Yesterday, I cried a lot. Well, not yesterday. Last night. I cried a lot, but it was all good. It was all good tears, I promise. It was all good. Are you searching my pockets for pocket lint? That's crazy. But yeah, wait, let me link you guys the artist actually. Let me link you guys the artist's region. Hold on. Alpha. There. I'm gonna say it right now. This artist undercharges like hell, but the art is so beautiful. I hope they adjust their prices. Cause goddamn. I wanted to draw something, but I'm not that good yet, and then I remembered, wait, I got something of Ellie. Big brain move. The biggest brain. Oh my lord, yeah, those prices, yeah. So, yeah, I hope they adjust. Apparently Alpha actually like had a pep talk with them to like raise their prices because this is just outrageous. These are outrageous prices. I feel like they're being robbed. I must commission them and pay them extra. Yeah, if you end up commissioning them, please give them like a huge tip because there is no way they sell art of that quality for so cheap. There's like no way. No way. But yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I mean, depends on where they live. They live in South America, apparently. At least judging from their profile. The prices are so low, that's well for the quality they provide. Exactly. 1000% tip, yeah, honestly. That's like just enough. That's the bare minimum. I'm sure you can give them a huge tip. Yeah. So there's probably a lot of money to them if it's South America. Maybe. I'm not really sure about all of the currencies. I'm not really sure. Though, like, all of the currency differences, like, it's nice to like find cheap artists to work with sometimes. But at the same time, I feel like there's also like a lot of people that seek out artists, like especially from like certain countries, just for the cheap prices. And I feel like that's a little bit predatory. I don't know. I feel like that's a bit... Yeah, I don't know. It gives me a little bit of an icky feeling, if I'm being honest. Like, I get affordable art is nice, but seeking out people from specific countries just to commission them for cheap art, it always feels a bit... It rubs me the wrong way. Maybe that's just me, though. Maybe that's just me. I feel like they should charge more. I spoke with Cello about it once, and yeah, the economy there is much weaker, so these prices are good for them, but more is always better, you know? I mean, I guess it's also like a tax thing for some people. But at the same time, it does feel a little bit... Yeah, I don't know. I think paying a cheap artist is fine as long as you're not trying to take advantage of them. That's fine, yeah. But sometimes it feels like a lot of people are just trying to take advantage of them. Reyes, thank you so much. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Hello. To them, they probably feel like charging more. They would then alienate their local supporters. So it can be tricky to price. That's true. I think that's why a lot of artists from like Indonesia and stuff sometimes have two different price sheets for people in their region and people like outside of it.
What the dog doing?
So that's some way people work around it. Also, hello Beanie, hello. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follow and the birthday wishes. Hi, I hope you're well. Yeah, I don't know if I should keep them since I've just saw someone famous getting scammed for like the 100th time. Yeah, honestly, the scammers are just rampant these days. It is something these days. It is something. Regional pricing is something that is common everywhere else. That's true. I just don't really see a lot of artists do it. I feel like they should. I feel like more artists should do it. I'm playing Subnautica too. Hell yeah. Speaking of Subnautica, Nibby, Foxy, and everyone else who might be streaming Subnautica, do you intend on streaming it again now that the whole Crafton thing came out? Like, are you gonna dare to stream it? Or how are you guys gonna go around? I don't play the game, so it doesn't really affect me. But I am curious if we're gonna see streams. What happened? So apparently Crafton needs you to buy a license specifically to stream the game or something like that. I have not really looked too much into it, but I've seen people get really angry over it. Oh yeah, 100%. It has no weight in Germany and the EU. Okay, okay. Yeah, I figured that there's no way the EU would allow that. Also, the prizes don't actually give you the rights to the artwork. That's also true. That's also true. It always depends on, you know, the artist's TOS as well. That is true. Ah, my neck. Maybe not. I had hoped the license came with the game. I can't afford a content license or what. Yeah. I was wondering if it would affect you like really badly. That sucks, dude. I really enjoyed watching you play Subnautica. Man. I fell asleep playing Subnautica 2 because my gaming chair is so cozy. Hell yeah. What kind of chair do you have, Beanie? I'm curious. I hate crafting. Me too, Nibby, me too. I don't think they're a good company to buy games from. A recliner? Hell yeah. Like, that's the same... Isn't that the same company that published... The fuck is the name of it? Inzoi as well? That game that was supposed to be the Sims killer, but everyone hates it because it's just full of lifeless AI now? Pretty sure that's the same company. I'll still stream it to you in Discord, Ellie. Okay, okay, cool. Cool, that's good to know. That's good to know. I want to have cozy Subnautica streams. Speaking of Sims Killer, though, Paralives is coming out soon. I'm very excited for that. I think that might be the only game I know I said I'm not gonna spend any money on games this year. But I think I have to make an exception for Paralives because I want that one so badly. I want it so badly. I don't think I can wait until next year to actually get it. Like, I don't think I can do... I don't think I can wait. What was I gonna say? When I increased my prices, was basically a march to add the digital rights into it, just luring people in to use it everywhere. I mean, yeah, that's one smart way to do it. Oh yeah, and Foxy is waiting for Forza Horizon. True, true, that's also coming out. Cool. But yeah, I'm super excited for Paralives. I think... Wait, when is it come? Hold on. Is it the 26th this month or is it next month? Hold on. Release date. May 25th. So in like, hell yeah. Like 9 days. I swear to God, there's like 4 games released this month that I've been waiting for ages. I'm crying. Oh no, Yumi. Yeah, I feel like your wallet is crying more. Wait, Yumi, what are the other... What are those 4 games you're talking about? I'm very curious. Forza Horizon 6 is just crazy priced for the standard version, so I hope it goes on sale before my summer vacation mid-July so I can no-life it. Oh, that would be nice. Which 4? Yeah, I'm curious. Is anyone else like excited for some games that are that's coming out this year? Or very soon? Or already came out, I guess? I'm curious. I'll just get... Wait, oh my god, my chat is scrolling super weirdly again. I'll just get Game Pass for a month. I wouldn't be playing it after a month anymore. Ah, that's fair. Mixtape Mindhack and Coffee Talk Tokyo. What's Coffee Talk Tokyo? Let me Google. I can't check out without protection, but I'm... Wait, you should be able to check out without the protection stuff on Ovo Market. You should be able to get the, to like take off the protection. Which you usually shouldn't do. Usually do it with protection, but don't do it in this case. Oh wait, Coffee Talk Tokyo, I've seen this. I've seen stuff about this game. Yes, yes, yes. Oh man. Always use protection. Always use protection. Be safe, guys. Stay safe. Stay safe, guys. I'm telling you. Okay, I've heard of Mixtape. I had to actually mute Mixtape on Twitter for very specific reasons that are just... yeah, that is the one thing I had to mute on Twitter because I can't stand that one video about it. Do you mean the protection I'm thinking of? I mean, any type of protection is very important, Beanie. But if you're thinking of a very specific protection that might be a little bit lewd, yes, that's also very important. I haven't seen them on Twitter at all. Don't look it up because it's kind of the marketing is kind of weird. I feel like the game might be good, but the marketing is a little bit weird from what I've seen. So yeah, I don't know, but like don't let me talk you into like disliking the game or anything. I just there's like one specific like a marketing thing that they put out that I just didn't. It made me a bit queasy. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. Yeah, I can remove it and click checkout without, but it just gets added back. I don't know why that is, Amon. I'm really sorry. I wanted to get Mixtape, but then I found out that you can just lay down the controller and be AFK and the game autoplays itself. And you actually don't do anything. I don't want to watch a movie. Oh, really? That's so strange. Yeah, it's a movie. Oh. Well, I mean, I hope it has at least a good story then. Hopefully. Okay, I'm having second thoughts now. I'm so sorry, Yumi. But I guess this is important info to know, yeah. Mixtape fucked itself with the paying off all the game journals to get the 10... really? They just paid off the game journalists to get like good ratings? Guess I'll look into it some more before buying it. It will at least save me some money. True, true. I guess it is it is an important conversation to have. But yeah, I'm sorry if it soured like your excitement for the game. I can say something about it to you, Ellie, in DMs. Yeah, I'm curious. What the hell, Amon? Really? Yeah, okay, I'm not reading it out loud, just because I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, that's weird. That is weird. But if it's just like a movie thing, then I'm not... Why are we calling it a game then? That's my question. I feel like... yeah, I feel like those 10 out of 10s are completely bought then. It's more of a point-and-click game. All the big important high-intense moments are just scripted. Yes, you can move, but you can't fail in Mixtape. Well, at that point, I'm wondering why they're calling it a game then. I don't really understand. I would honestly recommend just waiting for it to go on sale and buying it. Yeah, I guess that might be the best course of action. What game are we talking about? We're talking about Mixtape, Fuzzy. Have you heard of it? Watch them getting awards nominations for it? Oh man. As a broke student, that is always my tactic. Very fair. That is the best tactic anyways. Chico, hi! Oh god. My voice is dying. Hello, thank you for the birthday wishes. I hope you're well. Thank you, thank you. Chico, thank you for the message on the kudo board. It made me very emotional. Thank you very much. Nope. Okay, I see. Like, literally the only thing I've heard about that game is that weird marketing thing on Twitter, and I literally had to, like, mute it because I could not stand it. I could not. Like, you guys know I'm usually, like, not afraid of, like, you know, weird, gross shit. Like, I play poop killer games for a reason. That there isn't really much stuff that phases me. Or, like, I'm like, you know, a fan of gore in general. There isn't really much that phases me, but that weird tongue thing up for mixtape, I got super queasy from that. I don't know. I cannot do it. How long are you streaming today? I was thinking wrapping it up in like a couple minutes because my mom is coming over soon. And we've already been yapping for an hour, so I don't think we will... I know we said we're gonna play Poop Killer today, but I think we're just gonna do that next week or so. Bye, Fuzzy. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the birthday wishes and everything. Thank you. I hope you have a good day at work. Let me snooze ads. 1 year stream? That's crazy. I'm sadly out right... Oh, wait. Oh, I can't... Wait, is it your birthday, Ollie? Hi, Insanity. Yes, it's my birthday. Hi, Insanity. It's good to see you. Wait. Thank you. Enjoy your time out. Your merch looks amazing, by the way. Thank you, Chico. Thank you. I'm such a huge fan of the art style. Happy birthday. Thank you, Insanity. Thank you, Casual. Thank you, Rhea. Oh my god, so many cuties coming in at the same time. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the birthday wishes. Thank you. 72 hours is crazy. Guys, I'm already struggling with fucking 3-hour streams. How am I supposed to do 72 hours? I'll DM you quick what I wanted to tell. Okay. Gonna be easy remembering your birthday since you shared with my wife. Wait, it's your wife's birthday too? Oh my god, another birthday twin! Happy birthday to your wifey! Does it count if she's here in chat? It does. Somebody do the wife command in Nibi's chat, please. Oh my god, I'm learning... Thank you. I'm learning that I have a few birthday twins today. Very cool. Very neat. By believing in yourself? I don't know. I don't know. As much as I love streaming, it is very exhausting for me. Like, I'm already in awe when I watch people stream for like 4, 5, 6 hours at a time every other day. That is like crazy endurance to me. I'm not sure how you guys yap so much. You know what I mean? Like Foxy, for example, always has like really long streams and has like a very set streaming schedule too. I'm not sure how Foxy yaps so much. So much, I don't know. Hello, Jackman. Hello. You guys look like you're ready for war. Always. Certified yapper for real. Foxy do be a yapper. Yeah, literally. Sorry, like I don't know how Foxy does it. I need her to teach me how to yap so much. I want to know. I need to know. Let me put this here. Teehee. OG streamers often stream for not longer than 3 hours. True, true. That's very true. Also, oh shit, I don't have any ad snoozes. Damn it. I can't snooze ads anymore. I usually need a nap after my 4 to 6 hour streams. Yeah, I think I would pass out too. Especially because you guys do it so often as well. Like you do it multiple like times a week where you just yap for so long. I'm not sure how you do it. I want to learn how to do it. I just don't know how you guys do it. It's insane. I have problems to not stream less than 4 hours. Crazy. Crazy. I gotta prepare for longer streams with next month happening in a few weeks. True, true. Teehee, Foxy is gonna have a donathon soon. Also not me planning for my next stream to be like 6 hours minimum because I want to play a longer game. Oh, Nibby, what are you playing next? Are we finally gonna get into Resident Evil? Is it happening? Are we doing it? Please. Leon. I need Leon. Baby boy Leon, let's go. Let's go. I'm getting Leon content. Let's go. I'm working on it. I don't want to stream that long anymore. It's exhausting. It is. It is. Like, kudos to your endurance. It's crazy. Leon shirtless. How do we have so many Leon emotes? What is happening? Wait, where did all of these Leon emotes come from? Oh my god. Yumi. Yumi, was that you? When did you add these? This happens to my checkout stuff. Okay, you know what? I'm very sorry. I have to run ads. We are out of snoozes. I'm gonna run a 3-minute ad real quick, and in that case I can also go piss real quick. Because I've been holding it in for no reason whatsoever. Button. I'm gonna check it out in a second, Armon. I will put torture on you for torture on the screen for you guys, so you have something to do. Hello? There it is. Let me put this away real quick. Oh shit. What did I just move? This game is a prison. It is, and you like it. You love it. Okay. Okay, we have ad break now. I apologize, guys. I can't work around it. But you guys can play something now. Enjoy. Good luck, Nibby. How is that not Luigi? Why? What is? Why is there Mario and Luigi and unplug the game? I think you're right. Oh, the last one, dude. I'm sorry. Damn, Nibby, what happened? You were so good last time. Guys, Nibby actually cleared one of those games by herself once. People can't draw to it. I think you're just bad at guessing. I don't know. But yeah, Nibby guessed a whole thing herself at some point. It was crazy. She's such a gamer. Okay, you're free. You're free. You are free for now. She was locked in so hard. Sorry about the ad chill. It's over now. My bad. Let me make this big again. I want to look at the art. But yeah, yeah, good job. It's always so funny just watching the chat spam go by while I'm pissing, by the way. It's my favorite thing of streams. Okay. I want to know why my ad manager only gives me like one snooze today. Piss. Piss. Yes. We're all pissing in here. But yeah, I don't think... Hello? Oh, there we go. What the hell? I actually... Yeah, I don't think we're gonna play a game today. I don't think I have the time. My mom is gonna come over soon. Do you piss a lot? Yeah, you don't? You gotta piss a lot to keep your kidneys healthy. But yeah, my mom wants to come over in a little bit. So we don't have time for a game today. But I will play Poop Killer maybe next week. Drink water to piss more. Sir piss a lot. That's me. That's my official title actually. Did you know? That's my title in real life. Let your mom take over the stream. I cannot do that. I'm not emotionally prepared for that. I thought I was Piss Prophet. I'm Sir Piss-a-lot the Piss Prophet. That's the full title. Yeah. Guys, I really need to know why the fuck someone drew vehicular manslaughter in the first round. I need to know what the prompt was. Honestly, I do wish they would reveal the prompts afterwards, because some of these they follow me way into the day, and sometimes I wonder to myself, like, what the fuck did that person even draw? What was that supposed to be? You know? Happy birthday, baby. Kazu! Hello! Thank you. Kazu, I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Kazu, look, we have merch now. Look at this sick art. I feel like you would appreciate the artwork. I feel like you would appreciate it. Part of me wishes I could see what the prompt was, but I fear I would crash out a lot harder if I knew what I couldn't guess. Yeah, I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see those crash outs though. The artwork is nice. It's so sick, dude. I love it. Wait, who is the artist though? The art for the merch is... What is his name? They do work with Uvo Market, and I think Lobster. Lobster is their name. I think Lobster is the artist's name. Yeah. I like Lobster. I could go for Lobster. That would be a good birthday dinner. The background art is from... Wait. Actually, I'm gonna link the artist for the background as well. If Regent would fucking load... I cannot, dude. I cannot. Why is VGen so slow sometimes? Where is she? Where's my girlie? There she is. VGen is so slow to the... Yeah. This is the person that drew the art in the background of the March showcase. So talented, so beautiful. Such a beautiful art style. VGen is so slow to... VGen is always slow, I feel like. I feel like I am very unlucky when it comes to VGen loading times. And it always feels like especially slow when I need to get to my artist dashboard for commissions. to get reference pictures and stuff. Then it's also like extremely slow all the time. I'm not sure if it's like a me problem. If it's just my internet. But yeah. I thought I recognized the art style and thought it was someone else, but it's so pretty. It is. Very talented artist. And also another very affordable artist. Very affordable. Though I don't think she has commissions open currently. Yeah, not currently. But when she does, I definitely can only recommend getting a piece from her as well. Sometimes it feels like VGen is held together by hopes and paper clips. It does feel like that way sometimes. And I really wish they would actually like address the issues instead of constantly like introducing new features that just break the website even more. But you know, what can you do? What can you do? It be like that sometimes. Me just hearing Zoidberg noises when someone mentions lobster. Honestly, the moment I said lobster, I got really hungry. I haven't eaten anything yet today, so I gotta do that as well. I gotta do that as well. I need it. Me too, Kazu. Me too. I want everything. Like 20 of everything. I'll go eat. I will soon. I told you guys, I'm a rep. I'm being abused. This place is a prison of abuse. I'm the one who's supposed to do the abusing, not you. Get her, not my socks. I'm cold. My feet are gonna be cold. Tokens, hi, how are you, Tokens? Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well, Tokens. It's good to see you. I'm not sure if you were here earlier, but I feel like I've missed saying hello to a couple of people. I've missed saying hello to Noir, which I feel really bad about. I remember I saw her, but I don't think I said hello out loud. Yo, I just got here. Okay, at least I didn't miss you. Breaking out of the basement as we... No, you stay in the basement. Noir, my love, my beautiful wife. Still here, baby girl. Noir, I just want to say to you as well. The Kudo board message. It made me wheeze so hard. I don't think anyone else even got those references. But I was in tears. Actually, maybe Foxy got it. Anyone who knows Amberlyn Reed probably got the references. Good, it worked. Dude, I was wheezing. I barely got any... I had trouble breathing after reading all that. You know what I really want to do is like... You said Amberlyn Reed and broke... Whoa, oh my god. Is Jasper... Jasper, are you also in the girl world? Dude, we love watching Amberlynn drama. Oh my god. Dude, I was like, at some point, I was like, I don't know who I was talking to. But I was like, dude, I really want to have like reaction, like a reaction stream stuff just about Amberlynn Reid. Just about her antics and stuff. But what if she comes for us if I do that? What if we make fun of her live on stream and she's suddenly in chat just just being like, I'm a copyright strike you. What could she possibly do? I don't know. I would love to have beef with her though. Like, she can't take shit. I would destroy her. What is she gonna run after? That's crazy, Noir. Damn. Try to Keem. Keem can fucking suck my ass as well. So messy, dude. Man, that whole what is that fucking talk show called again? That they hosted? What is that low cow stuff? That how is everything that woman does so fucking messy? It's actually insane. Dude, you killed my wife. Aw, Noir did it. Dude. Hey, why does Keem get to have such a reward? You know what? You're right. You're right. It's a reward, isn't it? I should let him do that. Local bus arc was so messy and it was only like 3 months. Honestly, it feels like 3 years. Like the amount of content you get from that era feels like 3 years, but it was only like 3 months. It's crazy. Dude, yeah, I was just about to say, I feel like everyone here who watches Amberlynn Reid, or at least her drama, I feel like we should all get together at some point and have a watch party. I feel like that would be really fun. I missed so much from the lore. Last time I caught up with her was in the Tommy breakup era. Oh man. There's so much happening afterwards. It's actually... wait, are they back together? Wait, are they actually back together now? Apparently I missed some lore as well. Holy shit. There's so much happening in that woman's life, dude. So much. I'm gonna have to catch up on it. I'm gonna have to catch up on it very soon. See, that's what happens. I leave it alone for like a month, and then suddenly like 10,000 new things have happened. Need to get stuff done. Enjoy your birthday. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Foxy. You know what? Okay, yeah. Okay. I feel like... oh, hold on. I feel like a paper... yeah, me too. Oh, wait, Koha, hello! Hello! Welcome in. Drifting through the wind. Meowdy pisser, fuck you. Tama, hi! Happy actual birthday, Ellie. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Gotta head back to work. Have a wonderful birthday and thank you for stream. Thank you for being here, Kazu. It was good to see you. And also thank you to you as well for the kudo board message. I appreciated it. I love you, Kazu. Have a good day today. So many cuties here today. It's really good to see everyone. Did I stutter? That's crazy. Well, you know what? I haven't even announced it yet, but guys. I mean, Nibby announced it yesterday, but I'm also in the Rabies stream team now. Yeah. It was founded by Koha and Noir right here. Noir is my wife and Koha is my enemy. Fuck Koa. But very nice stream team. Yeah. The March looks sick. I love how the mouse pad... Oh my god, yeah. I'm so in love with the March art, dude. I'm so in love with it. Average W Koha moment? That's crazy. I forgot to accept the invite on Twitch. Let me do that. Yeah, do that too. Foxy is in the stream team as well. We are all rabies now. We all have rabies. We're all feral. Okay, let me see. I feel like Jasper called you an old lady, by the way. What the fuck? I'm not saying she's wrong, but that's very rude. She's right, though. I am old. I'm a 32-year-old lady now. 32 years old. You know, that's a respectable age, though. That's a respectable age, I feel like. It's still a pisser. Koha, I don't think... I don't think there's an age where you stop pissing. Damn, she's older than me. I think I'm older than a lot of people here. But you know what? That's okay. That's not old copium. You know what? Fair. I mean, it's not old, right? But like compared to like a lot of people in here, that's probably pretty old. I knew I liked older women. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is wrong with you? Hospice is crazy. Oh man. When you stop aging, you stop pissing. I will never stop pissing, even in my grave. Even not even in my grave. Even once I got cremated, I will still piss. You're gonna have to like empty my urn every other day because it's just gonna be full of piss. I'm gonna haunt your house with piss. That's what I'm gonna do once I'm dead. Look forward to it. I have almost 2 years on you, Ellie. Oh, fair. Honestly, the 30s are much better than your 20s anyways. I'ma tell every young person in here, you haven't lived until you reach the age of 30. Okay, somebody time out Jasper right now. No, Yumi, do it. Oh, Bubble, hi Bubble, it's good to see you. I can't do the timeout, I don't dare. Wow. I see who's running the ship in here. It's not actually me, it's Nibby. That's crazy. Hello, Aith. Hi, it's good to see you. Now I'm just imagining the urn overflowing with piss for the first time and someone going, what the fuck? That's going to be my urn, I'm telling you. I will never stop pissing. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I see. How are you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty good. It's your birthday? Yeah, it's my birthday. Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you, guys. What the fuck was I about to say before Jasper made the worst joke in existence? What was I gonna say? Maybe that should have been on a clothing merch. I will never stop pissing. Hey, maybe it's for the next one. I don't know. If we ever have a drop again, we're gonna do something with piss. Trust. I think you mean the best joke. Thank you. Debatable. I mean, what did your wife think about that joke? What did you think about that, Nibby? Did your wife do well? I wonder. I wonder how good that joke really was. The wife isn't commenting at the moment. That's all I needed to hear. That's crazy. Stop being a fucking bottom and stand up for something. Damn it. Tell her it's a bad joke. You look spectacular for insert your age here. Oh, thank you, thank you. Hi, Spooky Mochi. Hello, hello. Oh my god, how am I already losing my voice, dude? How are you? I'm doing well, I'm doing well. How are you, Mochi? Never mind, I'm siding with Jasper. She said she would cook me food. Well, okay, we lost her, chat. We lost her. We can't really compete with food. We lost one brave soldier today to the 6-7. F in chat. F in chat. Am I right? Tired, my sleep schedule messed up. Yeah, honestly, I feel that. I didn't sleep well either. Hold on. Also F in chat. What the fuck was I about to say? Her food is so yummy. I understand. I understand. I would fold for food too. I'm just saying that right now. I would fold as well. I absolutely would. What? Hold on. Let me check one thing. And I think then we're gonna raid out. So Yumi can stop yelling at me for not... eating. Wait, what are you on about? Oh. Go eat. Yeah, I will. Hold on, let me fix something real quick. Before I forget, because I know I would just forget about it. I take the leftovers. Also, I take pizza as well. And cake. Yes, Sifu, please make me a cake. Where the fuck is this? Huh? It's not even broken. Hold on. What the fuck? Wait, it is broken. Hold on, I broke something. You know what? I'm gonna just delete this thing altogether. Hold on, I need to take a screenshot and show. Sorry, I'm a bit quiet right now. I'm super locked in. Super locked in. What the fuck? Oh my god, my PC... Stop. No. Don't lock me out now. Oh, coffee. Wait. Shit, hold on. New donation from someone. That's crazy. Thank you, someone. Thank you for your donation. Jasper wants to know what it was like living in the camp. What the fuck even is that? Hold on. If I Google this now and it tells me it's like 500 years ago, I'm gonna scream. Oh wow, okay, I see how it is. It's worse than 500 years. I'm gonna end stream now. What the fuck? I didn't know that's what it's called in English. That's interesting. That's interesting. Hi, Alpha. Hello. Also, someone, thank you for the support again. Oh my god. Got the 500 part right, man. Man, that's crazy. At least it didn't say pre-Cambrian era. I mean, I guess so. I guess that's something. For sure. It was all about fish life back then, true. That's where the Anomalocaris is from, right? Fish! Alpha, how are you? Did you sleep well? Fish. Fish. Okay, I guess I might just delete this altogether. I actually cannot be asked. I actually cannot. Alpha, thank you for the resub.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh man, speaking of alerts though, I don't know what to do. Did you guys hear about the stream elements stuff? I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm not entirely sure what to do. Hope it's a good one. It should be, it should be. Yeah. I think I have a chat widget I can send you, Ellie. Really? I mean, like, I'm okay with losing the fish widget, I guess. I can do the alerts and stuff all in Mix It Up. But the chat stuff, like the actual chat box itself, I'm not sure how to do that. We'll make it work and Mix It Up. It's not that bad. Yeah. I believe in Mix It Up. I believe in Mix It Up. Mix It Up can do a lot of things. StreamerBot as well. StreamerBot as well. I just don't know how to do the chat widget stuff from now on. Would a crab think humans are weird because their bones are inside and not in armor like them? Maybe. Maybe they do think it's weird. Yeah, is it actually shutting down? Well, I don't think it's necessarily shutting down, but it's definitely changing ownership, I guess. Or at least they're in talks for that. I'm just not sure how that's gonna go. Alpha, thank you for the coffee donation. Thank you. Oh god, I'm losing my voice. Also, oh shit, I need to wrap up, guys. My mom is about to come over. Have birthday money, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hold on. Thank you so much for the donations, guys. I see here in Gmail that I have stuff. Oh god, I really am losing my voice. The bike is crazy. I sent it to you in DMs. Oh, thank you. I'll look into it. I shall. Squonk chat. I like the name. Squonk. Go eat shit. Hold on. I need to find someone to raid. Was that the bike of 87? That was the bike of 87. That's fucking killing me, bro. I can hear it in my head. Okay, hold on. Squonk. I like that word. Okay, hold on. Oh. Thank you, Anonymous. Oh, I think... Oh, Battle Bro got the gift. Thank you. Thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Shit, hold on. Okay, I really gotta hurry. I'm pretty sure my mom is gonna show up any second. I'm gonna come for you. Yeah? Really? Promise? Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait, Tomu is live. Holy shit. We can raid Tomu. Don't look at me like that. That chat widget is supposed to be super customizable too, but I haven't gotten to test it yet, so take it with a grain of salt. Okay, okay. We can do either those raid messages or birthday raid. If you want to do birthday raid, that works too. But yeah, I'm sorry for like rushing it a little bit. We'll have... Actually, I'm pretty sure we'll have a stream on Monday again. With the goobers. I'll see if I can stream tomorrow. Because I really want to play Re-Rising.
Cheese.
Cheese. So we might have a stream tomorrow when I just go vampire mode. We'll see. Oh god. Okay, yeah, I am really hungry. I hope you guys couldn't hear that. Okay, yeah, let's raid Tomu. Tomu is playing Peak with 2 friends. Casimir and Alex. I wish we could play together without needing a server. Me too. It would be nice, but it's okay. I'm gonna just start a new campaign. Then I can actually like focus on like learning new stuff as well. So that works. Oh, redacted birthday raid. I actually like that. I like that. But yeah, let's raid out. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow if I... Wait, I'm in the wrong chat box. I forgot that it doesn't work here. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. And probably... definitely Monday. And next week we're also gonna play... We choose one day where we can play Poop Killer. Because I really want to play Poop Killer. I yearn for Poop Killer. Okay, hold on. Raid Tomu. Is it working? It is working. Okay. Thank you again for stopping by, guys. It was really nice to yap with you guys for a little bit today. I'm sorry I'm feeling a bit off today. I don't feel 100%. But it was still nice to hang out with you guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And yeah, take care of yourself. Also take your meds if you haven't yet. And go drink water. Okay, I go now. Goodbye.